Good morning, good morning, good morning. Alright, man, here's the thing. First things first. The subscribe button was talking shit. If you can hit the subscribe button with your knuckle, that means you're an excellent puncher. So mash them out, let them know you ain't no punk. Today, what we're gonna talk about, two things that I ran across late yesterday. So, I'd be willing to bet you guys probably about like $100 that the founder of Papa John's Pizza makes donkey of the day on the Breakfast Club. I can almost guarantee it. This motherfucker got caught saying the word nigga, quote unquote, which I don't even fucking use the word because it's such a fucked up word anyway. But to quote the context, he used the N-word and he got caught up for it. And now apparently the stock dropped on Papa John's and dude stepped down. Wow, you fucking idiot. People still making this mistake, man. And it's not even a mistake, really. Like, people are just still ignorant. Like, I mean, I don't think racism isn't going to go anywhere, man. The only way this shit could really get taken care of is one or two things. One, there can't be no more races, basically, different races. Everybody has to be the same fucking race. But then they'll just probably discriminate by lighter and darker skin and upper class, lower class. Same shit they do in places like Brazil. I mean, you know, you got your white Brazilians, but majority are, I say the vast majority of Brazilians are like somewhat melanated. But man, dude ended up having to step down. So that guy's a fucking idiot. Like, how stupid. And the first instance I remember of this happening way back when, somebody caught a stealth call from the dude. As a matter of fact, I think it was the side chick of the guy that was the owned the LA Clippers. But see, the problem I had with that scenario, he caught a lot of heat for it. But one, people were making excuses because dude was so old, which was completely stupid shit. That's a lame excuse, bro. It's never okay to be racist. Fuck that shit. It don't matter how old you are. The older you are, the more you should know better, because you know how fucked up shit was back then. But that's the crazy thing to me, man. Like, dude ended up selling the Clippers and making, like, I think $1 billion on top of what he bought it for. Like, goddamn. So this dude used the N-word or says some racist stuff, gets hemmed up for it, catches some flack, sells the Clippers and makes money. So he takes a W for racism. That's crazy. But I mean, it's starting to get to a point again. I've been saying this, man. You cannot be racist continually and make money. It's become that way, man. People just ain't taking that shit no more. Like, if they find out you being a racist, man, they'll flat out boycott your product. Flat out. You know, most of these damn places are owned by like these white supremacists anyway, who don't even fucking like black people and shit, and they ended up getting caught. They end up getting caught for that shit. The founder of Papa John's Pizza doesn't fuck with black people. That simple. I mean, you remember back from the Colin Kaepernick statements he was making about the kneeling and shit. Yo, this kneeling needs to stop. It's starting to hurt our brand. Like, bruh, this is deeper than your brand, man. But you know, these motherfuckers don't give a shit about nothing. As long as the money keeps flowing, that's all they care about. So with that said, that dude is toast pretty much. But I mean, you know, he's still got, I'm pretty sure he's of course still gonna be making money off the company he started. So he's not gonna, he's gonna take a lot of fire for it, but he's still gonna have the alt-right and white supremacists buying the fucking pizza for real. And I ain't gonna front to you, man. Once upon a time, I liked Papa John's Pizza, man. Like, a lot of people said it was nasty. I thought some of the ingredients were pretty good, but dude, like, fuck that. I stopped eating that shit when I found out what he said about Colin Kaepernick. I take Domino's. I haven't heard him say no crazy shit about black people, so I mean, you know, I'm not gonna sit there and endorse a product that, you know, the founder doesn't even want me to fucking, you know, have rights and shit. Fuck that. So, fuck that guy. And, also, we have one thing, man. I've been working on my build, trying to get back in shape for real. Got an ectomorph build, so kind of lean and thin. So I've been trying to get to the, just taking in more calories. So with the more calories you eat, you have more energy, so you can do more workouts. It's funny because, like, you gotta really force food down your throat if you're an ectomorph. Like, you gotta continually eat. Even if you're not hungry, you gotta stay eating because you need the calories to burn later. So that's one of those things I'm getting used to, because like a lot of times I don't even be hungry, but I need to just snack on some chips or something crazy, because junk food is actually helping me build muscle, which is the weirdest shit ever. Like, I was always taught junk food was trash, which it is, but I mean, I gotta put something in my stomach, so that's what I've been doing, pretty much trying to make sure I increase the input of food so I can have more energy when I go to work out. So I did some research from that on Facebook, and I basically looked at a few videos about, you know, endomorphs, ectomorphs, and mesomorphs. And mesomorphs are basically the in-between. They're like the NFL build players, the wide receivers type, with the wide shoulders and the you know, triangle build from shoulder to shoulder to waist. And then the ectomorphs are kind of more slender and slim. I'm 6'3", so I'm like slender and slim, but I'm trying to build and put on muscle. And then you got the endomorphs are just really wide bodied. You know, they're pretty much built like a pear, but like, you know, some of those linebackers that are real big, they're built like that actually. So I mean, just because you're shaped like that don't mean you can't be effective on the field. So yeah, endomorphs, ectomorphs, and mesomorphs. I've been looking deep into that. So I mean, if you're trying to get in shape and you're trying to get build muscle or whatever, then you probably want to know about that and how you should be eating. Interesting thing, they basically say whatever body shape you're trying to get to, you need to eat not like that body shape, but like the body shape you have. So if you're an endomorph, the wide body, trying to get to an ectomorph, which is going to be really hard because your body's built a little different, like the shape is different, of course. But if you want to get like that, you have to eat like you're supposed to. I can't remember what the eating was for endomorph. I can't remember at all. But endomorphs have a tendency to store fat, a lot more fat, and it's harder for them to lose weight. Whereas ectomorphs, they lose weight really quickly. Like, they don't, it's hard for them to build muscle, but they don't get fat really. They just stay the similar or same shape. So that I'm myself, I'm an ectomorph, and the mesomorphs are a perfect balance between both. So yes, you got to eat like you're supposed to. So if you look up what you're supposed to eat and you continually work out and continually stick to that game plan, then you'll be closer to the goal you want to get to with your body. So that's something to take into consideration, you know. Another interesting fact, you know, I was thinking about discussing today, real quick. I was watching my man Big Herc on Prison Talk. It's not funny, but it is funny because the shit was fucked up and the dude shouldn't have did it, so he gets what he deserves. Man, the dude who killed XXX Tentacion, that dude supposedly is getting sexually assaulted in prison. That is terrible. But I mean, you know, you go around shooting people and shit because you're trying to make a come up, you're a killer and all this shit, trying to be a hardcore gangster. That's the life you chose, bro. You chose the life of, you know, jail, and you chose a life of being around a bunch of dudes who are predators too. And when you go to jail for that kind of shit, man, like just shooting somebody who didn't do shit to you, like an innocent dude, you got some people in there that don't fuck with you, like flat out. Big Hurt was just saying that shit, and like, with that said, they'll prey on you. They, you know, some people are trying to make a name for themselves, and if you the dude to kill somebody with a big name, if they fuck with you and tear you up or some shit, then they get a name too. It's just a shit. That's why I never got involved in none of that shit, man. Like, that street shit's for the birds for me, because one, I never had to. So I mean, I never pretended to be that kind of dude. You know, I never pretended to be hardcore thug or gangster or no shit like that. And then two, man, like, yo, the repercussions just far outweigh the benefits. Like, it's just, to me, it's like, man, you always, if you're involved in the street real heavy like that, you always gotta watch your back. You know, you out with your family and shit, somebody might see you with your family, yo. It's just, shit's terrible, man. Like, that is a hard way to live, man, and I do not wish that on anybody, because the shit ain't easy. But, and it ain't for everybody either. Like, some people just ain't built for that. You got people forcing themselves to act like they built for it, but they're not. So I mean, like, man, just go ahead and be yourself, bro. If you're not built for that shit, just, you don't have to be that way. You can just be a regular dude, for real. I'm a regular ass dude. Still got a lot of girls when I was younger and shit. Still got to run around in the streets. Still have fun. You ain't gotta be a street dude, man. You just gotta be true to yourself. When you true to yourself and you recognize that that ain't who you are, people respect that, you know. So it's always easy to be yourself than to be somebody else, because, you know, you got to put up that front 24/7. Eventually, shit gonna break, and people gonna figure out that you ain't about that life. So that's what happens, man. But what do you guys think about the whole founder of Papa John's situation, and then the XXX Tentacion shit with the dude that got butt raped in jail, and also with getting in shape, man? What do you guys think? What are you guys doing? Some of your workouts, with your tendencies to, you have to try to stay in a decent shape, and then you want to get ready for the beach too this summer. You got girls and guys both. The girls want to look fly, and the dudes want to look swole. So what do you guys think? Hit me with a comment at the bottom, like. Again, the subscribe button was talking shit. If you can hit that subscribe button with your knuckles, that means you're an excellent puncher. You can mash them out. Meanwhile, you already know what I gotta do. Punch this clock. Y'all take it easy. Peace.